as promised, here's a short 5-minute YouTube video on the worst investment property I have ever purchased. If I go back in time, I would not buy this thing. It's one of these townhomes right here behind me in Lehi, Utah. At the time when I purchased this thing, I locked it up under contract while it was still getting built. The idea was I could put a small down payment down, hold it in my name. As it was getting built, it would take about a year and I would actually gain equity over the course of that year. For example, they were saying, hey, you're gonna pay $480,000 for this thing. And when it's done, it's gonna be worth $530,000 and you could turn around and sell it. Or you could keep it and your rent will be a lot higher than your mortgage. So I thought it was a slam dunk. I decided to buy it, lock it up, and put about $20,000 down to hold this property in my name. By the time that year was up, properties actually hadn't increased and it was worth exactly what I had it under contract for. But if I backed out, I lose my 20K. If I keep it, then I don't lose the 20K and I can use that towards my down payment. So I decided to do that. But also in the course of that year, interest rates raised and my monthly mortgage payment was exactly what my monthly rent payment was. So now I wasn't cash flowing anything. On top of that, I decided to hold it because I didn't want to lose my 20K. I figured things might change. It's been about 2 years. And for the last 2 years, I have not cash flowed anything on this property. I've simply just paid the monthly mortgage payment every single month. That's been okay, but it's been a little bit tough to get renters. The reason it's been hard to get renters is because there's so many units and there's so many townhomes and condos in this area that there's a lot of landlords. It's pretty competitive. And so it hasn't always been super easy to fill when a lease does run up. Lucky for me, I've made it happen, but it's been close a few times. Also, the appreciation here hasn't been great compared to normal properties I own. Because there's so many units here, again, that are all the same thing, they don't appreciate as fast as a single family home in a single family community, from what I've seen. As far as like a property to own, yeah, it's brand new. That's been awesome. There's been no maintenance, no fixes because the property is brand new. But again, I'm not really making any money here. I had to put 20% down as well because this is a rental property. Any investment property that you don't live in, you've got to put minimum 20% down if you do traditional financing. So that's what I did. I put 20% down on this house and it was $100,000, give or take, and I'm still barely breaking even when it comes to the payment. That's why I say if I could do this again, I would keep that $100,000 and I'd go buy a single family home with multiple units or a multifamily property, something that could actually make me money and I could rent long term. But it is what it is. You live and you learn. The first property I bought was a slam dunk. Second property I bought, home run. Third property has been a flop. And this is it. We'll see how long I have to hold it for. But as of right now, if I sold it, I would kind of lose a little bit of money or barely break even. So it's worth just holding until I can figure out what to do with it. Stay tuned for more videos like this.